during his commencement speech in 2016 that, we can't have a scenario where we don't have a face mask.
Yeah.
We can't have a scenario where we don't, have the oil and the self-sufficient nature of our being.
Yeah.
And I think that's absolutely critical. And hopefully that's something that comes out of this thing. And I think it might even be a good time to, task the other side of the aisle that they believe that in some respects too, that we can't be beholden to these other people, including the WHO, which the best movie made was to say, I'm not cutting you another check.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you saw
China
donated another $30 million to them.
Yeah,
today.
of course. Well, they're good.
If they
want to pay for that, fine. And they got into that thing, and the guy that's running that thing isn't a doctor. He's
Tedros.
He's beholden to China anyway. He's got he's thick as thieves with the Chinese. So okay, great. There's your new partner.
Yeah. What is it about the UN? They always give these corrupt, incompetent people from third world countries run the UN. The UN Inspector General.
It's who can get the money. It's who can pony up the dollars.
Jeez Louise,
that's who it is.
Man. God, we need to be.
What
out
are
of the
these
UN.
people actually doing, Gary? I mean, they're just sitting there.
They go to Haiti and they take tuberculosis and give it to all the prostitutes on Haiti and infect the whole island.
They meet once a month at a $2,000 a night hotel. Drink Dom P. Smoke big Cuban cigars, and they make policy. And at the end of the day, I mean, they're the most omnipotent person I can think of, or body I can think of.
Yeah, they're people that should not be where they are. I mean, let's get back to COVID real quick, because I want to try and bounce what I'm feeling off of somebody else, because part of me is thinking this thing is a complete hoax. Part of me is saying there's no way people would hoax us like this, and is it really somewhere in between? The data that I'm seeing shows me COVID is going to end up looking like the flu when it comes to mortality rates, when it comes to infection. Infection rate may be higher because it's a little easier to spread. I don't know. But I'm not finding that it's – if I'm correct, and I'm thinking by June 30, 40 million Americans have already had this. Most of them didn't even know they had it. What is your mortality rate now? If 30 to 40 million people have had or do have it now, and we've only got, they're calling it 50,000, and I think that's exaggerated by 50% or 100% even, because they've been counting everyone that dies, right? If you die of a heart attack or pneumonia, now they're calling it COVID, whether you tested it or not. But I think the mortality rate is going to be so down there that did we literally break the best economy in the world because we had an extra flu this year?
Yes, we did. I mean, there's no question that the coronavirus is a real threat, but the way that we reacted to it was pandemonium.
Yeah.
And that didn't have to happen.
Yeah, I'm just blown away. I mean, I'm trying to find the upsides, the silver linings, like you said. I think one of those silver linings will be a return of a lot of manufacturing to the United States. Yeah. And one of the things I thought to myself, well, it's always so cheap to go to a third world country to have somebody sew a mask or sew a garment, make the low-tech stuff is easy. And I thought to myself, and I even tweeted it to the president, I said, is there a way that you can bring that kind of manufacturing back here and just don't tax those companies, or don't tax them as much, and certainly don't regulate them, or don't make them pay payroll tax? I don't know. Give them a benefit so that you can still make that low tech here, pay a decent American wage, but the regulations and taxes are so good that you're going to do it here anyways, right?
Absolutely. How about, starting a mask manufacturing plant in Compton in LA?
Yeah.
How about doing one in, the worst parts of New York City, Detroit, Milwaukee, Baltimore? Name the abhorrent area of those cities and say, here's your new opportunity.
Yep. You don't need a
We're
high
going to
school
start a
education to
business.
do it, right? We're going to teach you to sew a
Exactly.
mask, right?
Yeah,
And
and the Dave Bings and the entrepreneurs of the Magic Johnsons and these people that have names and those kind of things can go in and start these businesses complete, no tax, no whatever, and give all these jobs to those folks and say everybody that wants to work can work
right.
in this country.
Yeah.
And if you're, an athlete, you're not going to make, 25 or $30 million a year anymore. You're going to make 15.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. I just wish there was a way, so that's one of the silver linings, right? So find a way to bring back that manufacturing. Another silver lining, I think, is the fact that it's a wake-up call to the cities, the states, the localities, the counties, the state and federal governments that, you know what, you better be a little prepared for ventilators.
Exactly.
Next time we better be prepared because we have stockpiles in place and ready to go. Because you know what, the next time the Chinese might not be so nice. They might send over something really abhorrent,
Yeah, for sure. They may send over pre-populated masks with COVID on it.
Well, they sent the tests over that were already there, right?
That's right.
Here, let me infect these swabs a little bit, and then we'll send them to the Americans and let them. They're all 100%. They all got it. Yes, they do.
They do. It's everything like the silver lining will come out at some point in time.
Yeah.
But you're going to have to get through the dynamics of the people that are going to take advantage of this situation. The political dynamics of this thing. But at the end of the day, I thought from the things that we've been hearing on the daily briefing is we're actually brought together in a time that I never thought we would.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? I mean, this was going south hard, with this whole shift thing and one conspiracy thing after the other and hearing and all. They weren't going to let this guy govern. And he's been governing now every day. And everybody's seeing it.
That's true.
And I think they like him. And
yeah.
I think at the end of the day,
I agree.
So that part of it, I think, has been really refreshing.
Yeah. I mean, even with the few gaffes that he's been prone to throw out occasionally, because you can't talk for 2 hours a day and not get caught in a gaffe sooner or later, right?
Yeah,
but,
he definitely could. He definitely could curtail the time he allows these people.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's just, but on the other hand, I think you're right. It is good because I think most people, and we'll know. Come November 3rd, we're gonna know, and whether he's. I'm like I said, I'd put money on it right now. I don't know what the odds are.
Oh, there's no question about it. No question about it.
Yeah,
I mean, the only way that he gets. That he is if these people can claw back the people that you talked about that went away. And
yeah.
The Hispanics were coming with them. The African Americans were coming with them. If this is a chance for them to get weary, then I think he's still going to lose the popular vote. But who gives a shit? That's why there's the electorate, the electoral college, and it's the right thing. For our country, California can't rule the country.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. When you talk to, because you now live in a basically liberal state, right? Even though upstate, you're probably some more conservatives. What do you hear in your state, in New York?
Well, it's this SOB entirely here. But where I'm at, there's still guys with, a 1978 Ford pickup with a lift kit and a Confederate flag. Okay, so up here, there's still plenty of that dynamic.
Yeah.
But
so
what they don't like, they love what Como is doing. Como's in his glory. He's getting a lot of good publicity. He's done a fine job. Overall, he's overreached where he needs to, but that's just how he is.
Right. Yeah.
And these people aren't going to bend and stray away from that liberal dynamic. That's just what's in them.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's
You know,
That's New York State. We know Trump's not going to win that one anyways.
yeah, no, it's not going to happen because he'll never. The city rules the roost here. You know,
Yeah.
the city. You know, we're just paying money for the city up here.
Yeah. Did you have any
That's all we
protests
know.
in Albany? Did anyone protest the Capitol there?
Yeah, they came out in pretty good force, and they were they're tired of it, and there was plenty of able-bodied Americans out there saying that, look, my liberty is being taken away from me, and you're not God, and you better figure out who you are, because at the end of the day, what he said the other day about, hey, if you want a job, if you want to go to work, have a job in a essential business. And that was a slap in the face to anybody that is going out there and doing a job. Who the hell, every job's essential.
Right.
If you're trying to feed your family, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, the thing I kind of took away from that statement was, right, you're telling people if you want to go to work so bad, you either stay home so you don't die, or if you want to go to work, go get a new job as an essential worker. And I'm thinking to myself,
Yeah.
well, that's pretty hypocritical. So you can either stay at home, or you can go out and die, or you can take a job as an essential worker and possibly die. And I'm thinking, yeah, what the hell, man? What kind of a statement is that to make to people?
Well, it's just a matter of time before you show your true colors. I mean, people can talk about, out of the 5 briefings that Trump has, 2, he goes off on the dumbass reporter, and the other ones he's extra presidential. I mean, they're all the same. Yeah. Everybody's human. Everybody goes out there and they want to do a good job, and if you criticize them that they're not doing their job well enough, sometimes they're going to tell you that you're wrong.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens in your town, but I'm thinking here, even though she told us mid-May that we'd be back open, at least she's looking at it, I think she's going to lighten up even more in the next 2 weeks here. So I think in Michigan it'll come around, but I feel optimistic. Oddly enough, I shouldn't. I haven't even looked at my 401k because I'm like, I don't want to.
No, don't do it yet.
I don't even want to look at
wait.
it because it puts retirement in.
No, the let's say her flower is wilting. She had her, you got this, this time line where you can really make hay. And I mean, she probably, 6 months ago was probably a good chance to be the running mate. And there's no way.
Yeah.
I
think she blew it.
That period, she's listening to the wrong people and getting the wrong advice, or she's not listening to advice, whatever it is. And she's now a pariah.
Yeah. She'll be lucky to get a second term here in Michigan at this rate. So, all right, Pat. Well, heck, man, that blew an hour like nobody's business. So,
good to speak to you, brother.
Yeah, you too, man. We'll have to do this again, and as we wear through this bloody pandemic, we'll check in with you again. So, thank you so much, man, for calling, and hang on the line for a minute there, and I'll finish up talking with you. Hang tight.
Okay, good.
Okay, well, that wraps up another show, and I want to thank my buddy Pat for calling into the show. And if you want to call in or make a comment, Gary at thedailydrift.com. That's Gary at thedailydrift.com. And until then, make sure you're checking out thedailydrift.com. That's www.thedailydrift.com. Until next time, we'll see you.